Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to the fifth Sunday Sing. It is good to see you all this fine evening. And we're here today with our wonderful guests, the Reverend Red and Jonemery, and our most wonderful host, Joe Johnson. Joe, how are you today?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Happy to be
Good.
here. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Cool, man. Well, welcome everybody. It's a real honor to be doing the show. It's been 366 days since the last show that we played, and along the way, obviously, uh, we lost our brother and my esteemed co-host. And we will talk about that a little bit later. But I'm gonna start our first show back with a song that I wrote for Mark, and then later on I'll do one that of his songs. This song here is called "Brothers in Arms." Man's got to do the best that he can to keep his priorities straight in a line. It ain't up to preachers or prayer or other truth sayers to show you the way. How can I fight my way through the trouble and bury another brother of mine? Gone like the wind rolls across the prairie, nary a mention, words of goodbye. Now you're gone like a fish in the water, headed off to some ocean somewhere. Can't believe I won't see your face out on that highway we share. It's often said no tears should be shed for those who have gone, but I'll cry anyway. I won't stop working, I won't stop wondering, I won't stop pondering the things I don't know. Yeah, you're gone like a fish in the water, headed off to some ocean somewhere. Can't believe I won't see your face out on that highway we share. You were someone folks should have noticed, when all too often they passed you on by. You were a father, a brother, a poet, and a true friend of mine. Yes, you were. You and me, we were born free. You left before me, I know my time will come. The people like us, there ain't but three things that matter: the music, the family, and brothers in arms. And now you're gone like a fish in the water, headed off to some ocean somewhere. Can't believe I won't see your face out on that highway we shared. And every time I find myself in Texas or in any old bar along the way, I remember the way that you'd sing and all those things that you'd say. And I won't forget the promises we made. No, I won't. All right. So here we go. Promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep this show going. And welcome. First guest back is a friend of mine named Reverend Red. Marshall, too, is good friends, you know. But I had the distinct pleasure of playing with Reverend Red in Denver not that long ago. We had a good time, even though I had to leave after the show, not long after I played. But I still really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next time we get to hang out. So, Rev, I'm gonna turn it over to you, my friend.
I really appreciate that, brother, and I do look forward to that time coming soon too. Following your lead here, I'm gonna do a song that I wrote for our beautiful buddy Duane Mark, and it's a little story about just who I think it is, and who he is, and how we met. And I don't know, he's a big man, as I like to say, he's a giant. So here's a song. It's called "The Giant." I once met a man in a desert not far from mine. Didn't know much of who he was, so not at the time. Said, I heard you like to travel, want to travel too. You don't mind me asking, I'd like to travel with you. 'Cause I'd like to travel with you. You are my friend, you are my enemy. You were so much more than that, you were my family. But you had to say goodbye. And while it makes me sad, I know your story will get bigger over time. So began our adventures, across the mountains, across the plains, east to west and north to south, through the snow and the rain. Yeah, through the snow and the rain. We stayed late telling stories, things we didn't plan to do. When I had fallen to your woods, you stayed true. To your woods, you stayed true. You were my friend, you were my enemy. You were so much more than that, you were my family. But you had to say goodbye. And while it makes me sad, I know your story will get bigger over time. Like sweating 8 days in hell, being invited inside the devil's den. When we sat with gods, convinced them you were one of them. When you grew a second heart to love more than we could know. I guess that's just the way your stories go. Whoa, that's the way your stories go. That's the way your stories go. I once met a giant in a land not far from mine. Didn't know much of who he was, so not at the time. Miss that big goober.
Good job, thank you, Marshall. I was looking forward to that song. So
thank you.
Our theme for today is that it's a Friends of Duane Mark episode in honor and celebration of our good friend, and all of us have a common history with him to large degrees, and one of those people who was one of his fellow journeymen, just like the Reverend Red, was Jonemery. And so, Jonemery, I'm going to ask you, can you please introduce yourself and tell us about your first song, and we look forward to hearing it.
Yeah, Jonemery, California. How you guys doing? I mean, I met Duane. Actually, I had booked him and some other guy in some random bar in Woodland, California called The Stag. And then since then, him and I became really good friends. He took me on my first tour. And then I decided to grab another couple goobers and go on tour for 30 days, which I had never done before at that time. This isn't necessarily a song inspired by Mark as much as it is inspired by how tired I was from that 30-day tour after being run around the country. This is called The Comforts of Home. Drop a needle, crack a bottle, burn the cancer that'll take me one day. Hear the hi-fi play, hear the hi-fi play. Ryan Adams, Evan Williams, black wax spinning 20 minutes side, and I feel fine. Yes, I feel fine. I'm taking some time to rest my mind and my bones. It's Saturday night and I am all alone. I ain't in the mood for courtesy claps tonight, no, not tonight. I'll take it easy, feeding demons in the comforts of home. There's something to be said about the walking dead at night, working for a story where there ain't no punchline, and too many days go by where the words they just don't come. I'll take it easy, feeding demons in the comforts of home. I drop a needle, crack a bottle, burn the cancer that'll take me one day, and hear the hi-fi play. Hear the hi-fi play.
Well, thank you very much, Jonemery.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'll take a page out of everybody else's book, and I was going to save this song for later, but I'm going to play a song that now is about Duane Mark. Duane, years ago, released a split EP with the Reverend Red, and years before that, before perhaps there was a Duane Mark, we were working on a split EP together. And I actually wrote this song and wrote one of the verses for him to sing, and I don't think we ever got past the demo stage on it. And I gave it a version 2.0 recently. So this is Men with Tall Tales. Time is ticking. I've got places to see. Mind is spinning, moving on. So spurn me to live when the dusk is calling my name, as I'm learning to need you again. And we're men with tall tales who ride across the country, just to know that we're still alive. And as the day is long, shake our fist towards the night. We fly the flags of our pain. We embrace your disdain. We're men with tall tales who love our lives. Love the past and guard my heart that you've knit together from the start. Moments of bliss when I didn't know what was going on, as I'm learning to need you again. And we're men with tall tales who ride across country just to know that we're still alive. And as the day is long, shake our fist towards the night. We fly the flags of our pain. We invite your disdain. We're men with tall hats who love our lives. Whoa, it's a beautiful night. Whoa, it's a beautiful night. Right on, it's a beautiful night. And it may be that in this life we can be happiest when we choose our moments of pain. The day you left was the second worst of my life. Right after the death of my mother. And in the by and by on that beautiful shore, may we hear each other laughing again. But for now, rest easy, brother. beautiful life. Still, whoa, it's a beautiful night. Ride on for the beautiful night. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Well, for our second round, I think Jonemery kind of led the way with that one as well. But Joe, I wanted to know, how did you meet Duane?
Well, I'll tell you, man, I met him at a gig that he and I were doing in Kearney, Nebraska at Gillies, set up by Mr. Smith, Tyler Smith. If anybody knows him, and I absolutely love that guy. But yeah, he brought us together. We had a really good time that night. I loved him. His show was just so good, and he was always so funny on the damn microphone. You know, there's nobody like him. But I remember there was like 6 people in the bar, you know, and I think he managed to piss off 5 of them, but it was awesome. And after the show, he had invited me to come to the hotel and hang out with him. He had the whole family with him, you know, and I ended up getting so drunk I could barely stumble out to my truck and sleep in the parking lot. So I didn't get to go to the hotel, but one of the regrets, you know, that gone too soon, you know. Before we get into this round, or before I play the song, I want to take just a quick second to thank Brian Griffing for really doing a lot of work to make this show happen. You kick ass, man, and thanks for hitting me with the electric cattle prod a little bit to get this thing going. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty hard to think about doing this show without Mark. This whole thing kind of started as something that he and I cooked up as a way to help promote each other and help promote our friends. And it was a short-lived thing that we got to do together that I'll always be grateful for, that we were able to do it. So anyway, I'm happy to do it again. And thanks, Brian. I wanted to give you a shout out for really helping get this thing together. So thanks, bud.
I appreciate it.
This round, yeah, we're going to do, I think we're all going to take a round, maybe I know I'm going to do a Duane Mark song now. And I really have always liked this song a lot. And I had 2 of the lyrics completely wrong, but Red saved me today. So if they're wrong, you blame Red for it. If they're the wrong lyrics, it's Red's fault. All right, this song, I love this tune. And I know that Jay did a really awesome version of this on the Mark tribute album, but I'm going to also do a version of it. And that's just the way it goes. So this is my version of Devil's River. You just want to taste. Heard the fruit was sweet. Now you lost your place. Current has you beat. Current has you beat. Going down, down, down. I can feel you shiver. Gonna drown, drown, drown in the Devil's River. Thick or thin, the light, blood you take and know. No concern for wrong or right. Now the current has you both. Current has you both going down, down, down. I can feel you shiver. Gonna drown, drown, drown in the devil's river. Going down, 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 and I can feel you shiver. Gonna drown, drown, drown in the devil's river. I see the lies on either side. Watch brothers die in the divide. How could we all be so damn blind, thinking our wars are justified? Going down, 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 I can feel you shiver. Gonna drown, drown, drown in the devil's river. Going down, 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 and I can feel you shiver. Gonna drown, drown, drown in the devil's river.
Thank you, Joe.
Devil's River. From the man himself. Thank you, thank you.
Beautiful, brother.
Red, hit me with a song, man.
All right, this next one, I got to record this with him on banjo out in just outside of Nashville, and so I think in good spirit, should have a good spirit. I know he'd appreciate that. It's what we would do in the studio, and then of course to follow it up with a good beer. I told you the other day, Joe, I had a stash sitting in here in California. I got my Lone Star. All right, this is one of Mark's songs. So if you guys know this one. Please read the letter. I mailed it to your daughter. Didn't think it'd get any better. Didn't count on it getting worse. Please read the letter. Headed down to slaughter. Won't pretend that I knew better. Don't mind the severed head of home. Dear mother, I hope the words that you read explain enough that I'm not proud of all I did. Look for your path and the words stuck in my head. Every step in the darkness of these words was led. And please with a letter, the raven found it all. Her wings were bound together like she had a curse. Read from a scarlet letter, her flight was always tethered. The dreams were all unfettered. Had to rid the world of such discord. Explain enough that I'm not proud of all I did. The fortune path and the wood stuck in my head. Every step in the darkness by these woods was laid. Hey. It's not your fault that I'm a bastard. Even good could bring disaster. No, you did your best, but let God sort out the rest. It's not your fault that I'm a bastard, motherfuckers. Even good could bring disaster. No, you did your best, and let God sort out the rest.
Yeah.
Nice.
I let some words slip there. Got into it a little
It's
bit.
okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm gonna say, way to keep it
Sorry to the
PG-13.
children.
That's
Sorry
the
to the
perfect
children.
song for you to cover, Rev, because I remember you guys coming through Flagstaff right after you recorded, and you're like, hey, he gets so dark on this one. It's amazing. And you were so excited. So,
I was
uh,
super happy to hear him do it, you know?
yeah,
It was
that's
awesome.
one of the best. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jonemery, what you got for us?
Well, I too would like to thank Brian and Marshall for having me on here. Meeting Joe has been fantastic. I mean, I did a lot of time, a lot of short, quick time with Duane on the road, and he would come to California. And when he moved to Texas, I kind of didn't go back to Texas. So, but I shared a lot of cool memories. My buddy, he was sitting there playing air drums to Marshall because he went and he played drums with Mark on the on that tour that we were talking about, and Brian reaching out and having me be a part of this, and Marshall having me be a part of the Duane Mark tribute streamed album. Thank you guys so much. He definitely impacted a lot of people here in Northern California, even though you know, I kind of fell off the radar a little bit. It was I'm super humbled that you guys included me in this, and so. To that, one of the things that I loved about Duane Mark was his love for life and how everyone was included into his life. And so I wrote this song for Mike, for everyone, basically from Mark, to you know, keep it light, love everybody. It's called "To Get This Life." Don't need to take your time to get this life. I won't let you fall behind. So enjoy the ride. Have a laugh in a graveyard. Don't lose your vagabond shoes. Write a letter to your friends and enemies to say that I love you. Be true to yourself. Be good to everyone else. You won't need to take your time to get this life. I won't let you fall behind. So enjoy the ride. to the big top and bring the vultures with you. Go out and sing your song and sing along and give the best within you. Just be true to yourself and be good to everyone else. You won't need to take your time to get this life. Don't let you fall behind. So enjoy the ride. We only got this life. Don't need to let your time to get this life. I won't let you fall behind. So enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you, Jonemery.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Well, in the theme of how did you meet Duane Mark, I think my story is similar to Jonemery, just in reverse, and that is I was on my very first tour, and I came through the high desert, and Mark was promoting shows for the tour that I was a part of, called Extreme Tour. And I met him, and we had some good interactions, and he said some important stuff to some of my friends as far as, you know, some of them were complaining about being broke, and he's like, well, all I see is you guys buying coffee and expensive sodas, so maybe don't complain quite as loudly. And, you know, thought nothing of it from that, came back through the next year with the tour and stayed at his house, and, you know, got to know his family a lot better, and from there it was off to the races. You know, I would go through twice a year and stay for a week, and I got to be honest that during my heavy touring year, it was his generosity that really kept me on the road, and so I owe him a lot. He was the best man at my wedding, and so that's my connection to ye olde Duane Mark. And so the song I'm going to play today is one of his, and he was often very critical of his own material, and I asked him about some of the lyrics in this song when he came through Flagstaff one time when we were living there, and he's like, oh, that line sucks, you know. But some of his lines were so memorable that even though he hated the songs, he'd have to keep playing them because people wanted to hear that one line or those two lines. And so this is Broke Down. There's a version of this that is on the compilation that we all recorded for, that many of us recorded for. You can get it at duanemark.bandcamp.com, and you can find it directly there because all of the proceeds go directly to his family. And so there's, I think, 15 to 20 different contributions, and some of them are just unbelievable. So I suggest, if you don't have it already, that you go get it. And this is Broke Down. I spent most all my life a-running, tasting pleasures, dreams, and many other things. Was a time or two I stopped to enjoy them. Now a blurred vision that I cannot see. It's just a blurred vision that I cannot see. Somewhere down the road I cried out for mercy. The slowing down keeps going faster every day. I don't know where I got lost, but I want to be found on the way I broke down. On the way I broke down. I'm living life with few regrets to speak of, traveling the world and doing what I please. I always thought that this would answer all the questions. Now I'm searching for a man I cannot be. I'm just searching for a man I'll never be. Somewhere down the road I cried out for mercy. Slowing down keeps going faster every day. Don't know where I got lost, but I want to be found by the way I broke down. By the way I broke down. And I know to you I am a no one, but I pray to this warning you will heed. These words I say are a warning we should heed. Somewhere down the road I cried out for mercy. Slowing down keeps going faster every day. Not sure where I got lost, but I want to be found on the way I broke down. Somewhere down the road I cried out for mercy. Slowing down keeps going faster every day. Not sure where I lost my sight, but it happened just in time. On the way I broke down. On the way I broke down. On the way I broke down.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Well,
That was a
Joe,
good
we've got
round,
one more
guys.
round. Sorry.
Cool.
Well, we've got one more round, Joe, and I'm going to kick it over to you. But kind of the way we wanted to close the show today is to ask the question, what's happening in your world and what do you have to promote?
Yeah. Well, I'll start. I just released a new album called Dark Horse Pale Rider. And it's been doing real well so far. People seem to like it, which is cool. It always is weird when you put an album out and everybody hates it. So I'm glad that isn't the case. And that's about it. People can get that at joejohnson.bandcamp.com. And it's a big old ball of sadness, and I think you'll like it. And then other than that, I don't really have much else to say. I'll save more time for everybody else to promote stuff. But yeah, joejohnson.bandcamp.com.
You really
And when I
nailed it
posted
with
about
Dark
doing the show
Horse.
the other day, I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, you really nailed it with Dark Horse.
Like, thanks, brother.
I told you this separately, but we always try to get this record that's just dialed and get it just right, and then hope that other people receive it. And I think you really did that. So
it was a complete
congratulations.
accident, but thank you. Totally by accident and haphazard. A friend messaged me the other day and said, give me some pointers on how you released and released your record, because I want to do the same thing. I said, haphazardly throw it all together and hope for the best. That's pretty much how I do everything. Sometimes you eat the bar. All right. Anyway, I'm going to play a song that is brand new. And it's not on the Dark Horse Pale Rider album because I just wrote it the other day. It's kind of one of my things I like to do a lot is ponder and consider the end of the world. It's one of my favorite things to think about, and I have a knack for it. And so this song is kind of about that, and everybody's dead. So this song is called, it's set for me and a beggar and an old blind dog. That's what this song's called. Go like this. Ringing bell on the mountain, announce your presence to heaven. We are all just visitors, no one really lives there at all. Choir of angels were singing, there's not a soul listening, except a beggar and an old blind dog who were walking together. Oh, how the voices ring. Oh, how the children sing down on the lonesome plain, waiting to go home. Felt as if I were falling, mighty trumpet was sounding, the river rolled out before me, blood and oil ran together, then the wells were poisoned, greed and lies of the chosen, and they bent down to worship all the money they made. Oh, how the voices ring. Oh, how the children sing down on the lonesome plain, waiting to go home. Man rode up on a dark horse, his eyes were absent of mercy. Said 3 friends came before him. I told him I had not seen them. Then he let out a terrible howl, shook the trees from the earth. Just as fast as he came, he was gone. I was left there alone. Oh, how the voices ring. Oh, how the children sing down on the lonesome plain, waiting to go home. Then the sky cracked open, stars poured into the ocean like so many coins in a wishing well, drowned in hope that they'll ever come true. Now I was left with a longing to hear the beautiful singing, being a beggar and an old blind dog with only one's listening. Oh, how the voices ring. Oh, how the children sing down on the lonesome plain, waiting to go home. Oh, how the voices ring. Oh, how the children sing down on the lonesome plain, waiting to go home. Waiting to go home. Waiting to go home. That's it. Thank you. Red, what you got going on, man?
You know, I'm trying to do something. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my buddy Matthew from the Colonies, but him and I are discussing how this year we really want to play shows. It doesn't really matter what we're doing as long as we're playing shows. So we're just calling it the year-long tour. And so I'm gonna be out on the road. I'm gonna if I can hit like 5 to 10 dates a month, it's gonna make my year. Because I think
we'll come through my neck of the woods. All right.
Oh, planning on it. I'll hit you up about that.
Just hit me up.
And I finally updated my website. I've got an actual website now. So if anybody's out there, the reverendred.com. It's got all of our wonderful links for shows and other mishappenings. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes from there. We'll see if this year allows us to do anything that we have planned. So far, it's been a crapshoot. So it is what it is. I want to give you as another song. You mentioned I wasn't sure what I was going to do for this song, Joe. And you mentioned having this end of the world thing. And sometimes you just want the world to end, right? Like there's a point, and I think as musicians especially, we have that feeling. I think Duane always appreciated enough of my sad boyness, or whatever you want to call it.
Sad
My
bastard.
back and forth of doing whatever this is, and put up with it. And so I think listening to what you did, thinking of him, I'm going to do this one. It's not released. It's not new by any means, but I just haven't found the right place for it yet. I think it's coming up. It's coming up about my songs about the desert, where I am. And I'll do this one for you. Well, the work is done. Everybody's gone home. I can't shake this feeling of being alone. Will you sweat and bleed for a job well done? But the job will bleed you if you're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. Well, you're sitting at home, just waiting for the day. Oh, and all you want to do is go out and play. 'cause sometime this noise, this helps drown the pain. But now sorrow is the only noise calling your name. Yes, it's calling your name. Yes, it's calling your name. Every day is all the same. Only memories remain. Every day is such a shame when you're alone. There's a longing in your heart for a time long past, when strength was in your arms and life in your grasp. But now the light fades, so do the memories, and the good times fade like the land from the sea, like the land from the sea, like the land from the sea. Every day is all the same. Only memories remain. Every day is such a shame when you're alone. When your hope is gone and your friends have left, well, now that's about the time when you wait for death. Peace, brother.
Thank you, Reverend Red. Thank you, Marshall.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me be
Great
part
job,
of this,
man.
guys. It means a lot.
Well, we're getting near to the end. We've got 2 more songs for you. And so I asked the question, Jonemery, what's going on in your world?
Actually, quite a bit. Went from doing nothing to putting out something. I put out a record in 2019, Wrecked, which I really, really loved. I got a lot of NorCal players on there. That was a lot of fun. Built a band. We released an EP called Heartbroke Motel. That's all spacey and weird. And right now, the band is working on a concept piece called Space Mountain. It's based on all the folklore of Mount Shasta. I highly recommend, if you don't know anything about there's giants, Lemurians, Bigfoot, UFOs, crystals, gods fighting each other with lava rocks. There's a lot of awesome folklore and history that comes along with this little place in Northern California. So we've really been gravitating towards that. And then I'm also today actually working on another solo record, which I'm really excited about. And this is going to be one of the songs that's on that. And it kind of blends into this whole Duane Mark thing, because we don't, the 4 of us don't know each other from Adam outside of what connected us was Duane Mark. We've stayed at Brian's house. I've stayed at Marshall's house. I haven't met Joe, but so far I'm really digging, Joe, and I understand completely why, Duane was gravitated towards you and wanted to work with you. But these are people that have that are set in my life, Marshall and Brian, and especially my good friend here who's helping me, Mike. He went out on tour with me, and this guy's my best friend. We are practically inseparable. Huh? Yeah, there he is. We're inseparable, and this is the kind of thing that Duane was able to do for people, for each other. I mean, Brian drove out after I wrecked my car, drove like 3.5 hours to pick me up in the middle of nowhere without even batting an eye. Got me on a plane and then drove my stuff down as I booked him a show. Marshall, he's reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, brother, we need to sell some records." I'm like, "Cool, I'll buy one and I'll tell all my friends to buy one." And this is just kind of the circle that Duane Mark really made around himself and surrounded himself with. And I really, really appreciate that about him. And he helped change my songwriting a little bit. And so I don't want to take too much time. The song's pretty short. So this is a song called Simple Things. I was gonna leave California to make a brand new start, but you're bound to lose a few and you cut your teeth that hard. And when life's trying to kill you or even break your will, just take a step back from your state of mind and see something bigger than yourself, like being humble and being kind, and taking that one deep breath to help you unwind. Some things ain't what they seem when the world is such a grind. And sometimes the simple things are the hardest things to find. Like being thoughtful and being true, giving everything you've got just to see these things through. Some things ain't what they seem when the world seems so unglued. Sometimes the simple things are all you gotta do, like being humble and being kind, and taking that one deep breath to help you unwind, like being thoughtful and being true. Sometimes the simple things are all you gotta do. Well, sometimes the simple things are all you gotta do. And sometimes the simple things are all you gotta do.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank
Emery.
you.
Well, that leaves me with one more song to play for you guys, and this round's all about shameless self-promotion. So I have launched new music, and I'm going to do that all this year. And so my commitment is to go new song every month. I'm starting with some covers, and we'll see what happens in a couple months. I launched my first video a couple weeks ago, doing a little pop cover, and I threw up another video yesterday, actually, just a little tutorial video. And so I'm trying to finally go full bar back into producing music and producing content. And so trying to promote my YouTube page, and the other thing that I'm promoting as of tonight is my mailing list, which you can find on my website, briangriffing.com. And if you subscribe to that, I will give you exclusive videos is one part, but I will also give you free acoustic versions of songs. And one of the ones that I'm giving away this month is an acoustic version of Broke Down. I had my mixer make another version of it that's more scaled down, and it really features the lap steel that Dave Mills put on it. And so
Homeless Dave!
Yeah, Homeless Dave in the chat too. Hi, Homeless Dave. And so, yeah, I would love if you guys check out the videos that I'm releasing, but also the mailing list, and just stay in touch. And I think similar to Marshall, I've got a real reputation, at least with Mark, for playing really sad songs. And so I figured that I would play a happy song for once to break the bank. And so this is a song for my wife, actually, about the journey ahead. And here we go. Many miles we've been together, many miles we've still to see, wo sich immer alles ändert und uns manchmal sehr verdreht. The ocean, the streets, other lands, and the beach, we've got so much more left to see. Wo ist all die Zeit geblieben? All the hours we can't keep. Bloß die Zeichen unserer Herzen, and the home of memories sweet. The oceans, the streets, other lands, and the beach. We've got so much more left to see. Und die Mutter meiner Kinder und die Mutter meiner selbst, sie sind beid in ihrer Weise der Anfang meiner Welt. Der Ozean, die Straßen, andere Länder und der Strand. The ocean, the streams, other lands, and the beach. We've got so much more left to see.
Good job, Brian.
So thank you very much, everybody who's watching tonight, and thank you guys for sticking around. That's been a very steady amount of people on, and we appreciate it. Big special thanks to Brandon as well for producing the show and switching for us tonight. Big thanks to Reverend Red and Jonemery for joining us tonight, and thank you very much, Joe Johnson, for hosting us.
Big thanks to Brian Griffing for helping bring this thing back. I honestly, guys, I think Mark would have been smiling ear to ear all night long, sitting in his chair, fumbling, hitting the wrong button when it was time for him to play. what a great night. And I feel warm inside for having done this with you. Thanks to everybody for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
We are Brian and I are gonna try to keep this show going throughout the year. So for those watching, keep on the lookout for future Fifth Sunday Sings every fifth Sunday. We will probably do other Duane Mark tribute nights down the road. I can imagine that being the case. So lots of Mark songs. But hey, shout out to the brother, man. We all love him. We all miss him. And this show was done in honor of the late, great Duane Mark. And we love him. So thanks to everybody for watching.